In the days of old, when kingdoms rose and fell upon the shifting sands, there was a fertile valley, watered by the Jordan, where two cities stood in splendor, Sodom and Gomorrah. Their streets bustled with trade, their markets overflowed with riches, and their towers gleamed under the desert sun. To the traveler, they seemed like jewels upon the earth, vibrant and alive. But beneath the glittering surface, darkness spread like a hidden plague. The people had turned their hearts to selfishness and violence. Mercy was trampled, kindness forgotten. Their laughter was laced with cruelty, and their feasts drowned out the cries of the poor. The land that once flourished in blessing became a dwelling place of arrogance and corruption. The cries of the oppressed rose up like smoke, reaching the heavens. And the Almighty, who judges with truth and righteousness, declared that the sin of Sodom and Gomorrah was great, and their wickedness unrestrained. Judgment was set in motion. From the courts of heaven, two angels were sent, cloaked in the form of travelers. As the sun dipped low and shadows stretched across the valley, they entered the gates of Sodom. At the city's edge stood Lot, nephew of Abraham, a man who sought to walk in righteousness despite the world around him. Seeing the strangers, he bowed low and urged them into his home, offering food, water, and shelter for the night. But the city had grown blind to virtue. Word spread quickly, and a mob gathered at Lot's door. With shouts and violence, they demanded the strangers be given over to their corruption. The angels revealed their power, striking the mob with blindness, confusion, and terror. And they spoke to Lot with urgency. "Gather your family. Leave this place at once. For the outcry against this city has reached the Lord, and destruction is near." Lot hesitated, torn between the life he had built and the command to flee. But the angels took him by the hand, leading him, his wife, and his daughters into the night. Their voices thundered, "Escape for your life. Do not look behind you. Do not stop in the plain. Flee to the mountains, or you will be swept away." And then, as dawn broke over the horizon, the judgment of heaven fell. Fire and brimstone rained from the sky like a storm of fury. The earth trembled, the heavens roared, and the very ground seemed to cry out as flames consumed the cities. Towers crumbled into ash. Streets melted into rivers of fire. Sodom and Gomorrah, once proud and unshaken, vanished in an instant beneath the weight of divine wrath. Lot and his family ran toward the mountains, their faces set forward. But behind them, his wife turned. Her eyes longed for what was lost, her heart chained to the city that was no more. In that instant, she became a pillar of salt, frozen where she stood, a monument to disobedience and regret. The valley that once bloomed with life became a barren wasteland, a scar upon the earth. Smoke rose from the ruins like a dark memorial, a warning to every generation that would come after. For where greed and cruelty reign, where the innocent are crushed and justice silenced, destruction will not sleep forever. And so the story endures. Sodom and Gomorrah, remembered not for their wealth nor for their splendor, but for their fall. A tale whispered through the ages, reminding us that no fortress of stone can stand against the fire of heaven, and no city can endure when its heart has turned to darkness. This is the legacy of Sodom and Gomorrah, two cities consumed by their own corruption, and a single family spared by the mercy of God. A story of power, of judgment, and of the unyielding call to walk in righteousness, even when the world around us burns.